Hey, Cleo.
Oh, where are we even at? I mean,
What do you think they are doing in
Fron, I don't even know.
They've been gone a long time.
I don't even know, and I can't see them, and I don't really know where we are, and I just don't know. We gotta find a way in.
Can we go the same way they did?
Well, Fron, don't ever let people say you ain't smart as Bortis. Hell, here we go.
Hello and welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
We are just charging on ahead. We're just, kind of bouncing back to the other storyline,
Wait, but
though,
Dick,
obviously.
There's someone
Dick?
else here in the room.
What?
I haven't even introduced anybody.
Yeah, and they're
I-
taking up all the oxygen. We're sharing our precious O2.
Oh, I can barely breathe.
My ration!
So anyway,
Our rations.
imagine that all the stuff that we just said led, as usual, towards the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space!
Who was that?
Who was it?
I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. And with me, as usual, we have Daniel, a.k.a. Dr. Z the Psychic Jellyfish, a.k.a. Bortis.
Yeah, I already share my brain with two people, and now I've got to share this room with a fourth.
We, of course, have the illustrious Tay, a.k.a. Cleo deCap, the explosives expert bear.
If it ain't fixed, then don't broke it.
A fixed watch is broke twice every day.
Yeah,
It's
something like
truth.
that. And
And
somebody else.
kind of back for more punishment. We have villain, a.k.a. Fron.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my lord, it's Fronny's back in the business. And leading us through these forests, these jungles, these swamplands of bugs and lizards and weird boars.
Yeah.
It is the goblin,
The Fiend.
the boogeyman,
The sprite.
The Gremlin.
and the imp. It is DM, Dick, Dynamite.
Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, boogeyman. That
Well, that's what it says. Yeah.
That's part of it.
I read
That's
it
part
out
of it.
correctly.
Yeah, you did. Hey, Dan.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks, guys. So, do we need to do a little catch up? We have
Yeah.
been at the other side of the galaxy with Dr. Z.
It
So,
would do me great pleasure to start the recap music right now. It's not that.
But it could be.
It could be.
So Cleo and Fron have been spending quite some time standing in the jungle outside the top secret Biolife facility on the planet of Darken. And they've been waiting for their compatriots, Bortis and Margo, who upon attaining disguises that made them look like the Biolife security and sneaking into the building, have not returned. And they did say they would peek in, work out what was going in, and come immediately back. So it's safe to say that something in that plan has gone awry.
Hey, Cleo. Hey, do you think something is awry in there? They have been
Oh.
gone a very, very long time.
Well, I mean, do you hear anything? Well, I've been listening. And I mean, I'm not really hearing anything.
Do you think we should go see what they are up to?
Well, yeah, but how do we get back there?
How did they get it?
And it's true, the lack of any blaster fire sound does suggest that at least there's not been any altercation. And Margo is pretty trigger happy and hates the Biolife people, so
Well, hold on now.
she wouldn't go down without firing off a few blasts.
Are me and Fron here both garbed correctly?
No.
Well.
Also, you're a giant bear.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Fron, listen. Now, we got to get in there. Because it just ain't right, us being out here on the outside of this and whatnot and how it is. And we're going to have to get in there and help them, but we ain't like, they was disguised. And we're just like this. And I mean, they walked in the front, but like, how can we walk in the front?
Let's look around outside here and see if there is any disguises we can find.
All right, yeah, but like, what about, how do I get in there then? Like,
So there are no guards that you can see out here.
that we can see.
You can, as far as you can tell, it's a very loosely guarded operation. There might be security patrolling around, but there was only those two, and they came all the way from inside to investigate a noise outside. So they don't seem to have patrols around the outside. It's possible that they believe that their presence in the middle of a deep, dense jungle negates that need.
Are there any sort of like tarps or boxes or anything outside?
So as you come out of the jungle and start looking around,
Looks like there is
as you
now.
might recall, there's a clearing.
Taps are us.
The jungle surrounds this clearing that it's been kind of roughly hewn. It's hard to say how long this facility has been here for, but you can see evidence of destroyed brush beneath you. The clearing is all just kicked up dirt that's been flattened by some sort of machinery. And the building itself is created of the same white prefabs that you saw back on Dias. And there is, in fact, a small lean-to on one side of the building, not with tarps or boxes or anything like that, but with just more sheeting of this white prefab material that's been used to build the walls of this facility.
Okay. There we go.
Hey, Cleo, what about that sheeting over there? If you grab a piece of that and hide behind it, and we move it forward, I hide behind you, and then nobody will see it.
Yeah, that'll probably work. Now stay away from the wind. That's why we get over there. Cause you know how they are up in here. They got all these, like probably lots of guys. We don't want to waste all our ammo on them. You know what I'm saying? So just let's creep around here. And you got a plan for how we're gonna get this on? And how do we get the sheeting to stay? Like, am I just gonna hold it? Because, well, I mean, now my arm's gonna get tired, but I mean, I'll do it for a while.
You can do a walk and put it down, and then do a walk and put it down, and then do a walk and put it down, and then do a walk and put it down.
All right.
I love that we did this, like a very similar move in the previous
Because
episode.
we've all played Kojima games, we know what you do to
It's
sneak
a
into
synchronicity
how you
to
sneak
it.
into a building.
Sorry, this is the only way.
This is the only way that exists.
This is the only way to sneak inside.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this sheeting out, and I'm rigging it up. And by rigging it up, I mean I am holding it.
Hold it.
Oh, here's a point. You guys don't have the card key for the front door.
Dick, how dare you?
Fucking hell, Dickie.
I'm just bumping up against the front door. Frown! 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 Can you see what is the problem?
Yeah, I can see.
It ain't just opening like, how'd they do it? Were you watching?
They had a key, I think. We don't have a key. We're gonna have to come up with a different plan.
All right,
I
Frown.
think we should look outside, Cleo. They must have used some sort of machinery to clear out this area to make this building. Maybe they've left something behind.
You mean I put all this on for nothing?
No, maybe we still use it. Let's see what's outside.
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
All right, let's figure this out.
The two of you peer around behind the little shed and in fact do find a piece of heavy machinery, a rather large wheeled vehicle. It doesn't look like any sort of forklift device that will get you up to the second story, but it is some sort of steamroller flattening type device that seems like it could roll over and I guess more importantly through just about anything.
It doesn't look like we can climb on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right about that, but like, hear me out. We don't really need to unlock the door if we could just roll it that flat. But also, like, hear me out about this. This whole place is like, it's mainly glass, and what if we did like a quick recon and figure out where would be the best place to like just roll through? Unless you want a chance, like a rope situation and like scale to the hole. But like the thing is like I think, I'm heavy. And I mean, what if I bust through the ceiling anyway? What if there's full of guys in there and they see us? And we ain't prepped for that. But if we can find a weak spot.
I like that idea. That is why you are the lead of the Caps, Cleo. You have all the good ideas.
Well, I mean, that's what I've been trying to say.
Now, do you want to go together this way or that way? Or should we split up and go both ways?
Well, I mean, I think the one thing that I've learned from the past, like, wow, is that splitting up, like, don't work. Like, ever.
D&D 101.
So I ain't really keen to that. So I think, like, we should go together and just, like, we got to figure out, like, how guy heavy this place is. And that's what I want to do. Is it possible for us to kind of just, like, creep around a little bit around the perimeter and figure out, like, what the presence of guards or people is?
Well, you've got a few options on that front. You can either just go around relying on your ears and your nose and hope that you would be able to smell and hear anyone inside there. And it's not, I mean, it doesn't seem to be a super well-constructed building. So the chances that you would hear people inside there, I mean, reasonable.
I like that.
Or you could try and do some sort of thing where you actually scale up and look through the glass down inside, which...
Scaling sounds hard.
I mean, it's difficult. You already did fail it in the last episode.
All right, let's rely on some senses because this is a quick draw McGraw maneuver. You know what I mean?
Oh, deep cut. Yeah. Hanna-Barbera.
I don't even know where that came from. It's a quick draw McGraw moment, and that's the situation here. And by we, I mean myself, I am going to do like a combination sniff, air taste, animal senses. Let's tune into it.
Alrighty, let's just have a nice basic D20 as you start.
Oh
my goodness.
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that? It's a natty.
Natural 20.
Hadouken.
So Cleo and Fron begin creeping around the facility. Cleo sniffing at the air, listening closely at the wall, tasting the air. And you take your time, it's a few minutes, as you circumnavigate the entire building back to where you started. And Cleo has caught some sense.
Give it to me.
She doesn't know for a fact how many people are inside the entire facility, but she definitely knows how many people are patrolling around the outside.
Okay.
And it is precisely 6, 3 groups of 2.
That's more than I thought.
Patrolling around the outside. However, she's got a lock on to all of those groups. And she knows for a fact if you were to wait around the back for about another 40 seconds, you could catch a moment where none of those guards are anywhere near that end because they're not all walking at the same speed, you know? It's not like this perfect thing where they've got the outside covered. They're all sort of walking like however the fuck they feel.
With no rhythm.
And with no rhythm. So they're all about to converge at the front. They're all going to be at the front of the building all at the same time.
Fron, get in here. I gotta tell you right now, one thing that you may not remember, like, before, I was like you and I had people sense, and I gotta tell you how it is now. With this new body, like, I can smell just everything. I can taste smells, I can think smells, I see colors, I know them.
Amazing.
I know the colors. I see colors. What? I know what the names of the colors are, like ones that I ain't never seen.
Roger Biff.
Yeah, CMYK, but...
I guess your nose knows now, Cleo.
Well, it do, and it didn't before like this, but now I gotta tell you, I done a real deep smell. And there is actually guys here. I don't know how we ain't seen none of them yet, like we've been lucky, but there is 6 guys. And here's the thing. This is where we got to make a decision, Fron, and it depends on you. Because if we wait, it's like 20 seconds now. Either they're all going to be up at the front at the same time. So we could get in. We could do something wild from the back. We could hit it from the back. Or
we put the vehicle right over top of them when they're all together. Because if we make a big hole, we were going to make a big noise, and then a lot of people will come running. And
I mean,
Fire in the hole.
if the car is pushing a door or a wall at the same time, squish. Yes.
You think we could flatten them?
I love that hand gesture.
He did like a
As
real
Fron-
good one.
Fron squishes two hands together.
All right, I'm smelling what you're stepping in now, and I think I got you. We got like 5 seconds, so none of us is riding it.
Yeah, I think so.
We're bricking it.
Are there bricks outside?
Well, I mean, we ain't need a brick. We just put something big there, like a rocker, piece of trash. So I need to roll for like modding this thing. Like I'm imagining like a hot wire. Because I want it to go faster than it normally can.
I'm going to call this a situation where I want you to do an engineering roll, which is just a straight D20 for Cleo. But I also want you to do an explosives roll.
Oh, because it is kind of... Oh, my God.
Maybe you don't need
No,
to.
I do.
Shit.
Just let me do it. Let me cook. Let me cook, baby. So that engineering roll, people, families, boys and squirrels, this is a 18. And I don't know if you know about this, but that's pretty good for me. So watch out. And then I'm making a bomb out of it, kind of, and that's a 12, which isn't as good, but it's okay. Because extra.
So, your technical ability is very much using your bomb-making know-how.
It really
you don't
is.
necessarily know how to apply these mods,
Well,
like from an engineering standpoint. That's not really how you roll. However, popping up the hood on this thing, you look at, yes, this thing operates exactly like those shitty little speedsters that you were working on
Yes,
Dias.
baby.
Like it's all the same under the hood. So you know exactly what the mod is you want to do. And pulling out some wires here and there and shorting some things there. Basically bypassing a whole bunch of stuff inside it. All that stuff is kind of there for just sort of engine safety and for like the longevity of the motor. But you don't need none of that if all you're going to do is use this thing for one day.
Exactly.
So now you're kind of just going straight from from sand crystals, like in the real purest form, just putting that energy straight into the motor.
Ooh.
Which means this thing could go significantly faster. More importantly, it's just got like a crazy amount of velocity, like constantly building speed. But it is also very big and very heavy. So like how much that's going to...
Boy, this is going to do more damage than we ever hoped.
How much that's going to reflect the actual speed of the device is yet to be
see.
seen. But I guess you're about to find out if you're going to try
I'm
and
gonna put
drive it around to the front.
All right. Okay, I think I'm about done, and we got like 3.5 seconds left. Fron, you got a good rock for this? Because we're going to have to prop it. You know what I mean?
I'll just grab some big rocks from the ground.
We're sending it.
Fron finds a jungle rock easily enough. So is Cleo going to ride it round into position? And if so, like how are you treating it? Are you driving it like a normal car? Are you being careful with your acceleration?
I feel the warning in that statement.
Yeah.
Yes, but does Cleo is what I'm asking you.
No, and I...
Cleo only does things one way.
Yeah, sorry. And I think like what I'm describing here is a lot like when people do like that move on a dirt bike where one wheel stays the same and the rest goes around.
Burnout.
Yeah, it's that. Wow. Okay. And I got a 13, which means I did it really cute. And everyone
You've done
clapped.
it. So as Cleo hops in, propping herself in the chair, and this chair was built for a Terran. It's not really her size, but it's
Spilling
okay. She can get at the steering wheel. She can get at the accelerator, and without really knowing how fast this thing is going to go, she just floors it while keeping the brake engaged, and the back wheels just start there's dirt being kicked up everywhere. Fron has to leap out of the way. There's so much, and the back of the entire thing is just bouncing and bumping. as Cleo really tests this thing out. It's making quite a lot of noise as well.
Okay, good. That means they'll stay put.
And you can't hear over the noise of the engine.
Nick! You're gonna mess it up.
It is altogether possible that people might be convening at the front door, maybe even about to come out and see what all the hassle is.
Okay, I'm on it, kind of riding it like a bucking bronc.
So Cleo just swings the thing around, right? I mean, you got a 13.
Throw me the rock!
Yeah, Cleo, catch!
Fuck. I know.
I'm going to need a pair of dexterity rolls here.
God, the minute that I said that, I was like, Taylor, what have you done?
happen.
What have you done? Why did you do it?
I like that you have to do it as like a fucking, like an action maneuver. Okay, so we've got a 13 from Fron. Fron successfully, underhand, throws the rock straight towards Cleo as Cleo's sliding this thing. I'm imagining sort of a bit of a Tokyo drift. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, this is the best.
Unlucky for some.
This is the best dex roll I've ever had.
So it's -5, but that's fine because you rolled an 18, which brings it down to 13.
That's great.
As Cleo
God wants me to
snatches
succeed.
the rock.
God wills it.
God wills it.
Cleo snatches the rock out of midair, wheels the thing around, shoves that rock, wedging the accelerator down all the way.
I leap off.
And I guess, of course she does, leaps off. Are we talking like a dive roll or just sort of like a whoa? There's 3 13s in a row.
13, 13, 13. Lucky number 13.
Unlucky for some, in fact, unlucky for 6 individuals. As Cleo ducks and rolls, skidding into the dirt, as dirt is flying up in her face, as this steamroller, now no longer being held back by Cleo's additional weight, there's no brakes on, she's not doing a burnout, she's not even doing that skid around the front.
Rock Lee has taken off his leg weights.
Now it is just going straight forward, and gosh, does this thing have a lot of acceleration. It reaches its maximum speed before it even gets to the door, and this is not a speed that this sort of heavy machinery is supposed to attain. And you can hear the axles screaming for relief. You can smell the burning components inside that engine, but it doesn't matter. As you see the door begin to open, it starts to open right as the steamroller caves it in. You don't see the people. You just see both double doors and the 2 wall sections either side caving in, collapsing in as sparks flying. You hear some wails and screams as the steamroller plows inside the building and out of your sight as it continues its deadly, deadly cruise control into the center of this building potentially.
Oh, wow.
You just killed a bunch of people.
Okay, it was actually Fran's idea.
Yeah. No, that was Fran's idea. Yeah.
And the thing is that we did that for you. So thanks for being grateful.
Well, you don't know if we're alive or not. We might be.
Okay.
The steamroller still plowing its way in. What are you going to do?
We're going to investigate the initial damage and see how that door is. Can we go in there?
Okay.
Cleo, should we wait and see if people come, or should we go inside right now?
Well, I mean, my heart is telling me no, but
I mean, you did potentially just take out all the guards that you sniffed out.
I know that's not true because
it's Dick Dynamite.
And I see what you're trying to do to me.
And
I
you
know.
see him smiling behind that pop building.
I saw when his face gets like that, when he gets when he looks like really like he's had.
He looks like, oh, there's a treat on the ground. Do you want the treat?
I'm eating something delicious, and I'm like, yeah, no, because he said like you can tell that there are 6 people monitoring like the outside, but he said I couldn't see the inside. So we should probably try to see who comes out.
So you're gonna wait outside a little longer?
Do you want to? I mean, I really want to go in because I'm worried about him. I'm worried about what's going on, what's happening. But the thing is, people's coming. And you know what? We could pick them off real good in this bottleneck right
That
here.
is a good plan. Yes. So we stand just outside the hole.
Now, I'm gonna be like right outside the wall here, and maybe you on the other side, and we can like cross vision it. Like you'll see who's coming from my side, I see who's coming from your side. They don't see neither of us, but maybe they will if they get close. So we don't got much time. We gotta see who's coming. And we deal with it as it happens.
Okay.
This is a honey trap.
Sounds good to me.
That's it.
So you take positions.
Okay.
You have your weapons at the ready. You sit and listen and watch, and you can hear the rumbling of the steamroller still driving through the
Oh my
building,
God.
taking out another wall.
No!
Echoing and rattling of just bits of prefab wall falling down, sputtering electronics, and that rolling. You can hear the engine is struggling now. It's slowing down. It's gone over too many tables. It's gone through too many walls. And then you hear the put, 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 put of the steamroller finally stopping.
You hear that?
And then a light fixing falling off the ceiling and shattering on the ground. It's one final piece of destruction.
That's the sound of an honorable death.
And then silence for a while again.
It's gone awfully quiet.
All right. We wait. See what comes out.
So as you continue to wait, I'm going to have you both roll just for perception, a D20 here.
Oh no, this is going to be like invisible guys come to kick our bums.
The bums are going to be kicked.
They've got an
That is an
18. 18 from Fron.
No. 18 from T.
Oh!
Boom, boom.
What is this?
Big jiggling set of 18s.
You are both on high alert. You're both ready for an attack
We
to come from any
are
direction, although you're
lethal.
anticipating it mainly from the direction that you just sent a wild, destructive, heavy vehicle.
Fair
in.
enough.
But nothing comes from that direction. Instead, you hear the faintest noise coming from directly above.
What? No.
And
it's
looking up.
critters.
You see a girder coming down at full speed. No. Looking up, you see a blinking green light above you. You hear a whirring.
No. It's drone.
And then the green light gets bigger and bigger. And then you realize it's in fact two green lights on either side of a huge chrome square that's descending from the
I
sky.
hate this.
And that chrome square comes faster and faster, and you see it's not coming down directly on top of you. No, it's coming down around one side of the building. And then, as though it's coming at maximum speed, it starts slowing down, and you see jet engines engage beneath it to slow its descent. As it
Oh no, space
comes
square.
down and lands. And it's not like any ship you've really seen. This is more of a shipping container.
Oh
It's
no.
a big metal cube. And you can see going up into the sky and sort of vanishing as far as your eyes can see, a thick steel cable.
Oh, we fucked up.
Space elevator.
It's a skylift.
Okay. Fron, change your plans. Get inside. Cause like we was worried about them seeing us, but now we gotta worry about that seeing us. We're flipping from this side of the wall to the inside of the wall, looking out.
So you're just gonna run straight inside before that thing even opens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I like
yeah,
it.
yeah. I feel too naked out here. I'm scared of the square.
I'm down with it. Okay, so the space square.
The space square. It's here. We're getting drop shipped.
Has landed. And it landed relatively gently despite the extreme speed by which it descended.
That's worse.
But you're not waiting to see what sort of reinforcements, what sort of horror comes out of that thing. As you scurry directly inside, you do see, as you come in the door, one hand crushed underneath the caved-in doors, and it's not moving. There's blood dripping from one finger. It looks mangled and squished. You don't hear any moans or groans. Anyone that's under this rubble is either dead or completely unconscious and dying.
What is the corridor situation? Is it just now one big long corridor that the thing made? Are the corridors coming off of it? Do we need to be watching?
So, as you come in, there is a corridor running left and right, and a corridor that was created entirely by the vehicle that you sent in. Normally you would have had to turn left or right. Possibly there was a door in front of you. It's very hard to tell, but you can see in. And it looks as though, although there's some of the holes that this machine has made and sort of busted through, there's a wide open central area. And even from where you are, you can see that area has all kinds of thin pipes all through it. And those pipes are all spritzing a gentle, constant mist of moisture and water into the air. And in fact, you can feel it. There is a wetness here, but it's not the wetness of the jungle outside. It's not a humid wetness.
Ooh, it's lovely.
A cool, almost cave-like wetness. Cool, cold, environmentally controlled, but so much natural light coming in through the glass roof. It seems like a very specific environment that is being created that this planet has just enough sun for, but the moisture and temperature is all wrong. So this facility has been crafted with this in mind. And as you step closer through the hole, you see, aside from the path of destruction that your vehicle has caused, the black plant tendrils weaving all around the interior of this building.
Great.
Thick, black tendrils.
Okay.
They are completely still.
For now. Fron,
Yes, Cleo.
we got company. I don't know what that's about. That can't be good. I mean, that came the minute we blasted this place wide open, and none of that ever been good in my experience, and so probably something gonna come out of that. Ain't nothing coming out of this. But we got this mist, and I'm tasting it. I'm not sure about this either. But also, and we got all these vines. I don't know about you, but I had experience with stuff like this, and I mean, it ain't never been good. Is it upset because we blasted its house? We ain't got that kind of time. Now, I hear you. And we gotta find our people, but, I think today we give thanks for the path that the rover has made.
Yell.
And I think, we just run down the middle here.
Okay.
And yell a little bit. See if we find him. Margo!
Bortis!
Where y'all at?
Margo!
Bortis!
And so the two of you charge down the middle through the couple of holes through these rooms that maybe used to exist. There's broken glass everywhere. There was possibly some sort of observation room that you were charging through as you get into the brightly lit glass domed center of the facility. And you can see now in here there are these thick curling black vines, and all the walls around the outside as well have these big glass observation windows where rooms around the outside of the facility are able to look inside to this central section. But as you charge in running, there are no tendrils in your immediate path, possibly because there weren't any to begin with, or possibly because they somehow moved out of the way of the steamroller as it charged through. You can't entirely tell because they're all staying still. But as you take a closer look, you realize in different sections and corners of this big, wide greenhouse, each set of tangled vines is growing out of the prone body of a completely comatose-looking human or darks. Each one lying basically on a medical stretcher with these tendrils growing through and out of their bodies and around the room. The closest one, you realize you can see their chest raising and lowering. They are all still alive.
Oh, shit.
Well, okay. I'll bet that all those observation rooms that you described, we're probably keeping that locked up.
Hey, Cleo.
Fron,
Cleo.
Fron, Fron,
Cleo.
Fron, Fron.
Look at this.
Fron.
Look at this. Look at this guy. He's still breathing.
What are you talking about?
Look. The plant is coming out of this person's chest. And they are still breathing. This is some fucked up shit.
Oh, hell.
The closest individual you spot is a Darks man. He looks thin and withered, possibly something to do with the plants or possibly just how he was. He doesn't look particularly well kept. There's stubble, he's got an unfashionable haircut. He doesn't look like someone who was having a good life until this point, although it's certainly got a whole lot worse. But the one thing you do make the closest note of is he is wearing a jumpsuit identical to those that you were given back on Dias all those years ago.
Oh my God.
And as you look a little closer, you see embroidered on the chest of the jumpsuit the letter A.
Fron,
Yes, Cleo.
look at this. You remember that?
The jumpsuit that this one is wearing looks just like the suits that we had when Biolife was doing those other experiments.
It sure do.
There's
Biolife.
an A on it.
Yeah, Biolife is up to their old tricks. They're doing the same thing.
Margo's not going to like this.
Well, I mean, why do you think we're here? She's been tracking all this for years. We're here to fix this. We can't undo it. But damn it, we can rain hell on this place. Let's go.
Bortis!
Margo!
So as you start running around, still shouting, looking about through the different glass windows, you finally screech to a halt as inside one of these observation rooms off to your right, you see Margo standing right in front of the glass, waving glumly at you. 3 blaster rifles pointed at her head from different angles.
Dick Snow!
Cleo! Cleo, look!
Behind her, laying on some sort of stretcher, you see the prone but totally awake form of Bortis.
No, Bortis, you're gonna be a planter.
What? This is... What? This...
We're
Oh,
the
cool.
sorry
I don't-
people.
You think you're the queen and I'm the sorry people. Wow. Dang.
Okay.
Well, heck, Cleo. Thanks for coming. We done hacked this thing up.
Is that, Cleo and Fron?
Yeah, it is, Bortis.
Hey, Fron, do you still have the bullet?
I don't need bullets. Can we shoot through the glass?
Whoa!
So as you get a closer look, those rifles are all being held quite shakily and nervously by Biolife scientists, not security
Can
operatives.
I know, like, I've not rolled anything. I've only just been introduced and you put me in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, I
Okay.
should probably explain the room the whole way.
But I
Yeah.
would like to... Okay, no, go on. Actually, wait. As a player, I'll allow you to explain the room. Yes.
You probably want to know what your surroundings are
where I'm
before
sitting
you...
in. Yeah, or lying down.
Dan is like, I am gonna freak out.
I am about to freak my shit. So, yeah, tell me what's going on.
I am gonna freak out.
The room seems to be a basic observation room. There is a desk at one end, upon which, turns out, is not a stretcher, it's a desk that Bortis is laying on. 3 scientists have their rifles trained on Margo. A further scientist has a single blaster pistol negligently held in their hand as they remind Bortis that he can't really escape and they'll shoot Margo if he tries. And standing in the corner of the room, leaning against the wall, is a short, neatly dressed woman. There's something about her face that's a little familiar. She has dark, severe lipstick. Her hair is cropped very short. She's wearing a button up shirt all the way to the top.
Okay.
And she seems very much in control of the situation. In fact, Margo and Bortis know damn well that she is. She's explained very little to them other than the fact that she knows who you all are. And she's waiting for your big friend to come. And now that your big friend has arrived, she lazily leans out from the corner. But, yeah, if you want to do anything,
I'm worried about this. Because, like, okay, if Bortis is on one of those stretchers, is he about to become a planter?
Well, they do have him laid down on the desk like they're examining him or something.
No, I was just wanting to know what's...
Listen here. You aren't about to shoot the glass, maniac.
That is what Fron would do. Because if there's glass, I want to know what the room is like between us and them. Because also, if they're scientists, if you startle a scientist, they're not going to shoot the people that they've got guns trained on. They're going to fucking, if we run at the glass, shoot the glass, make a big ass noise, they're going to shoot at us and not them. So then we can, it's kind of like a take them by surprise sort of deal.
Well, it's calling the bluff, isn't it? It's like, it's trusting that they want their sense of self-survival is more important than their need to teach you a lesson by killing Margo.
Yeah, it's calling the bluff. It would be very clear.
Can I roll to see if I see this on Fron's face? Bortis and Fron, lifelong partners. I want to see if I can
you guys
read...
get like +5 domestic partnership.
I want to see if I can understand what Fron is thinking.
Just by
I'm giving that a +5. Like, you have like expertise in Fron.
What the?
I rolled a natural one.
There's nothing you can do to save a natural one.
This is such a long-term relationship thing. Like, I thought you were gonna. But
Will rolled a natural one as well. This was never gonna happen.
Oh my god! You didn't even have to roll.
I'm so mad at you, stupid idiot.
Okay, so
you fucking stupid.
Here's the thing, right? The two of you are giving one another
both rolled
a
a
look.
natural one. That's actually crazy.
You pieces of shit.
Now, Bortis...
This is how the game ends. We all die tonight.
we die.
Bortis is trying to work out what Fron is going to do. Fron is trying to communicate what he's about to do.
Well,
so Fron is giving a look that in his mind says, hey, get yourself to safety as soon as this shit happens because we are going to charge the glass.
Oh my god.
Cleo is on board. He looks over to Cleo and nods and smiles. Cleo's not reading any of this.
Yeah. Bortis and Fron are having their own conversation right now of like...
It makes no sense to anybody. Bortis is getting clear vibes of just sit back and wait. Cleo's going to come and talk our way out of this like she always does. And he even gives a nod to Fron like, yes, this is a good plan.
I have to say, because we have rolled this way, I'm going to go with it. I do that. I read the plan that I'm getting off Fron as one that is like chill, it's going to be relaxed, it's going to be okay. So I look at Fron and I go, yeah, you've got it. I agree with the plan.
These two natural ones.
I know that you are doing exactly, and we have communicated perfectly. So I'm like, yeah, nodding, and like Cleo and Margo, be damned.
And Fron
I know
is
Fron,
just,
and I'm looking and I'm being like,
You do.
you got it.
Fucking hell.
This is unfortunate.
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing something with the woman in the back corner, but I feel like you should basically just interrupt her whole like supervillain monologue by having Fron just fucking do this shit.
This is just fucking... Smarter people might be able to read the room a bit better, but we don't have smart people here. We've got Fron and Bortis.
You don't need to be smart when you're in love.
It's true. It's cute.
Except maybe like it would help.
Maybe it would help. Keep everyone alive that you love a little bit longer.
Oh god, what's her name again? That's right.
Is this Tamsin?
Oh my gosh, you've been remembering things.
I know.
Taylor, is this Tamsin?
Yeah, it is. And we're in extra trouble because you stupids have done 2 natty ones.
Don't
and
worry, I
Tamsin is
believe
in the
Fron.
room with you.
I
and
believe
now,
Fron. Don't worry,
you know
Taylor.
what this
I believe him.
You know what this is? And I should have seen it from day one. I should have seen it from the minute we got here. This is the Seed episode all over again where everybody else is stupid and I am the queen and you guys are the sorry people.
This is the episode title of this episode. The Queen and the Sorry People.
Okay.
Tamsin.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Chairperson Tamsin of Biolife.
Y'all get that this
You
is bad,
remember
right?
that face.
Like, just...
I got
She-
there.
Okay, cool.
She got a new haircut, but it's
Okay.
her. She steps forward from the back of the room, moving in to stand behind Margo, smirking. Oh, hello there, Cleo. Our mutual friend Margo here. I was just telling her all about cost analysis, that sort of thing, about how she has become a very expensive liability for the company out there in the world, and why it would please me, and more importantly, would please the shareholders no amount if I were to... And she pulls out a blaster and cocks it and points it at the back of Margot's head. If I were to end her right here
Don't you
now...
heckin' do it! Don't you heckin' do it!
And then she points the gun up into the air with a laugh. But that's not the way.
And at that moment, as she points it up into the air, I think Fron will let out a blood-curdling scream. I'm coming, Bortis! Points the gun at one of the scientists and just lets rip and runs at the same time, running at the glass.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, shit.
Heck your
Okay.
stupid
I probably
monologue.
need to do some sort of
Tamsin.
attack.
I love that she is trying to explain her evil plan, and
Nah, we're not here for that.
Fron charges, pulling out his energy pistol, charging and just shooting at the
Well,
glass,
he's trying
right?
to hit one of the scientists that has a gun, but he's going to shoot the glass so he can jump.
That shit's gonna ricochet.
Okay. Let's get me a
Idiots.
a blaster
You
roll.
idiots.
Savants.
Whoa!
Oh, who's the sorry people now?
It might still be us.
It's still us.
aims true at the scientist to the left of Margo, and lets fire. And as Fron whips out that old trusty pistol from the good old days, loads the one bullet into it, and charging in, takes the shot. You've rolled a 17. So that one bullet fires true directly towards one of the scientists on the right. It hits the glass. It zips through the glass, leaving a perfect little hole as cracks appear all the way along the glass, extending from that one point. And that one scientist takes a bullet directly between the eyes.
Whoa! Okay.
And drops off to one side. The other two scientists, completely startled, one of them wheels the rifle around, aiming at Fron to take a shot, and I'm going to roll
I
that
quickly
now.
kick from the bed. I roll myself off the bed and roll myself into them.
Air
if they're
kick.
aiming at Fron.
Roundhouse.
Okay, well I'm gonna finish this roll just to see how we're doing. That's only a 7. It's gonna miss, but let's get a strength roll from that.
Science rules.
It's just a normal D20, right?
Just normal
Oh, it's only
D20
a
for you.
4, shit! Shit!
Wait. So Fron.
I go to roll and I think that I'm going to roll off the bed and hit them. Instead, I just roll off
Well,
the
it's
bed.
chaos.
Still, yeah, maybe getting yourself to
That's deeply
safety.
distracting, though.
It's very deeply
As
upsetting.
Bortis tries to roll off the bed and distract the guard and smack them over, he completely misses, just flopping onto the ground as the guard takes the shot, their blaster pistol, shattering the already broken glass into thousands of safety glass shards. The blaster wailing past Fron as Fron charges into the room, but the other final scientist takes the shot directly, point blank, at Margot's head. And I'm going to roll it.
No.
Wait, what can we do though? What can we do, Dick?
That's a 10. That is a hit.
Wait.
Wait, what can we do?
Okay.
Give us
Wait.
actual.
Margo looks into Cleo's eyes as Cleo starts charging in as well. Fron running in. Everything slows down to a crawl as everybody's looking around. They called the bluff. The scientists weren't going to shoot. One of them did. Bortis on the ground looking up, seeing the plasma come out of the barrel of the energy rifle. Margo smiles slightly at Cleo, shaking her head like, well, you're not going to be able to save me now. Reaches down, pushes a button on her belt. I'm going to roll and hope that I beat.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Dick, I don't like it.
I rolled an 18.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I know, I hate it.
Okay.
The gun goes off, aimed directly at Margot's head. Margo stands still, smiling faintly at Cleo. There's a flash of light as that powerful blast rifle goes off. You see the thick red plasma beam erupt in one side of the back of Margot's head, erupt out the other side and into the floor at one end. And Margo continues to smile. Not a single wound on her head.
Nice.
As she backs through the scientist, phasing through them, one
Jesus,
finger touching the
what the
button on
heck?
her belt. Heck, I'm glad that I looted the corpse of that lady you was fighting back on mid-space, Cleo. She had some nifty toys.
Oh my god.
Oh, dang it.
The captain strikes again!
And she phases through that scientist, grabbing the rifle and holding it in a choke lock to his throat.
Oh my, that visual. Phasing through, grabbing the rifle, and then being on the backside, choking. What a
Oh, that
What a
is my
vision.
girl!
yeah. Choke
Cleo
me,
is-
mummy.
Cleo is out there like, Cleo was scared, but now Cleo's like, damn.
Now you got to impress her.
Yeah, I gotta think of something cool, but all I can think about is like, why is the blood out of my head now?
I mean, bear claw. Well,
Where,
also,
where all the blood in my head?
is in your head.
It works.
Second head.
So as Cleo and Fron lunge into the room,
I just spilled on myself.
as one scientist is shot
Cheated.
dead, as another scientist misses the shot of Fron descending upon him, as the third scientist, baffled that the prisoner that they just shot point blank is completely fine and is now behind them, holding the rifle to his throat. Tamsin stops, raising both of her hands, dropping her gun on the floor very obviously, and holding her hands up, instead of turning around to directly address Cleo.
Okay.
Now, everybody. I don't... You there. Put the rifle down. Put the rifle down. The scientist, looking very, very nervous. He clearly does not want to put this rifle down. Finally, seeing the heavily armed Cleo deCap and Fron coming right in at him, seeing the other scientist overpowered by Margo, he puts that rifle down and puts his hands up as well. Tamsin, but, quiet, darling. Now, Cleo, before I was rudely interrupted, I don't think I want to kill your friend Margo anymore. You see, there's something much, much more. I've run the numbers. Something much, much more valuable that I could get out of this whole sticky situation. Now, as we speak, the other scientists are loading the results of our last batch of experiments out of the facility. And, well, there's no easy way to put this. Directly above us is a ship in low orbit. And that ship is armed with an orbital railgun.
Oh my god, dude.
This facility is marked for destruction. I'm simply stalling you for now as the scientists unload the last batch of results of our little experiments we've been doing here. But I'm afraid we must destroy this facility. It can't be found by the Terrans. You understand how it is.
Wait, can I do a telepathy roll?
You are not Dr. Z.
Can I communicate with...
No, you're not
I'm not
Dr. Z.
I know I'm not, but can I communicate with the science half of my body and see if the scientist in me knows this procedure and knows what can be done.
Absolutely.
Oh!
What's the role? It's not Dr. Z telepathy, is it?
Just give me a D20 plus 5. I reckon, like, these guys have kind of got this thing worked out now.
Oh, shit. That's a 3
So I reckon
plus
you've
5.
got a plus 5.
Wait. Is that a plus 5?
It's only an 8.
Only an 8. Fuck. God dang it. Buddy. Yeah, so what's going... What is that? What's she talking about? Are we about to get fried with rail?
He offers you basically a psychic shrug, as in, like, hey, this is new to me too, buddy.
Well, we're gonna have to figure this out. If there was ever a moment to being smart, we better try and be smart now.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. Why would Tamsin destroy the facility? Why she herself is in it?
Because clearly you can come back to life. Oh, no. Do I know who she is? Has Bortis met her? She wasn't in Cleo Day.
No, she wasn't included. That was a
that's
different
player
one. That was,
knowledge. That's player knowledge coming through.
Yeah. Now, Tamsin, the only time you have met Tamsin was way back on Sand.
Yeah.
And she was, like, you didn't even meet her. You just saw a hologram of her.
Mm.
And this was back when you killed, was it Monty?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe you remember that.
Okay.
And then her name cropped up again after Cleo Day.
Yeah.
As
She's
someone
always
that,
been like the signs alien where we never see her, but we see like her foot in the doorway at a Mexican birthday party.
Yep.
And like now this is the scene where we all got baseball bats. So get out because we're swinging away.
And she, with a smirk on her face, her hands still raised, walks right up to Cleo. And then reaches one hand out, acting as though she's going to try and slap Cleo's weapon out of her hand.
But there's glass.
No, the glass is all
All of it's
shattered.
gone.
You guys have,
I thought only part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Is this a fucking...
No, it's been shot
Is this a Luke
twice.
Skywalker moment? Is she a hologram? Fuck.
You sound like
question
you
is-
sound like somebody going, "Is she a reptile? Is
Shit,
this?"
fuck it. Are we the sorry people? She the queen?
It's like this episode. Like anybody, the queen keeps changing. Is it Margo
Exactly.
and them? Is it Tamsin and
Is it us?
Is it me and y'all? Like who is it?
Who's the queen?
3 queens. Everybody's sorry.
Everybody's
people.
sorry people.
So is Cleo just going to stand her ground as Tamsin does this? Is the real question. Does Cleo think she's a hologram?
I am gonna let her try to smack my gun because if you think you can knock this out of my hand, little lady,
Yeah, I mean, she is a small, non-combative human.
go ahead and punch a hole
Try your
through a
best
brick
to
wall.
Hurt fucking...
As Cleo stands her ground,
moving.
Tamsin's hand passes through the gun. Fuck. And you see static shivers as her entire body kind of goes
No
lit with hologram. You
flinching.
realize this is a very high quality hologram, but she is in fact not in the room with you at all. Did you guess it?
Well,
Yes, I'm afraid I am up there on the ship, my finger poised on the button to destroy this facility by railgun. So I think maybe you understand your situation a little better now.
Tamsin, you ain't never had the backbone. Y'all, let's roll out.
I'm afraid the blast zone will be quite large. You will not be able to get free of it before I push the button. Now, the way I see it, we have 2 options here. Option 1, the very obvious one, I think. I push the button. I destroy the facility, which needs to be done anyway. I destroy our good friend Margo here, which also truly does need to be done. She has been costing the company hundreds of millions of credits. And I destroy you as well, don't I, Cleo? And here's the thing. You see, you survived. You survived the sleeve engine. What's more, well, somehow you survived again. I have been doing my homework. I'm sure you've been running into people like BJ who trust in their own intuition, their own ability to assess the situation on the fly, but no. I've been watching you rather carefully. How did you get away from mid-space in one piece? I know you must have been wondering yourself. Is there perhaps something special about your blood now. So you see, I could destroy this facility, kill all your friends, and hope that you'll come back a third time, because I really do need your body, Cleo. You are worth more to me alive than Margo is dead. So here's what I'm going to put to you. Now, I think you will find, just outside the building to one side, a large vessel attached to my ship. The scientists are loading the data banks in there now, but there is room for one further occupant. Now, I leave this for you all to discuss amongst yourselves, but should you try and leave the building altogether, I'll push the button and take my chances. Maybe I'll be able to reclaim some useful information from your corpse, Cleo. Or, and hear me out here, this option really is the best for everybody involved. You stay in the building, Margo, Fron, and, I guess I'll call you Bortis. And you wait while Cleo goes outside, steps around, climbs inside the vessel, is reeled back up into our ship, and once we safely have Cleo in our possession, you'll be free to leave before we destroy the building entirely. Now, I would say that you need to make your decision quickly, but I know there's no timer. Leave the room and I push the button. Cleo leaves on her own, and I will wait for her to come up to the ship. So what is it, my friends?
Stupid Tamsin.
You must be heckin' crazy if you think that Cleo's gonna go with you without us. Bortis and I and Margo will burn everything you've got to the ground. I will not rest until we find you, you evil Tamsin, if that's even really your name, stupid bug breath.
Heck, don't listen to her, Cleo. I can probably push this button on this belt and dodge a railgun.
I could probably figure it out 10 times over. We've got the smart fella, and Cleo, you don't need to do anything. Don't you dare go on that ship.
We'll work this thing out, Cleo. How do you know she can even destroy the entire place? I mean, heck, it's Biolife. I don't think she's bluffing, guys.
Margo, you're meant to be saying the opposite of what you're saying. Don't do it, Cleo, it's stupid.
I'm not saying that she should do it. I'm just saying, maybe we should work out whoever can run the fastest and get them the heck out of here to carry on the fight against these heckin' bug breaths. 'Cause it looks like she got us over a barrel. And not every one of us is gonna make it out of here.
Cleo ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna unclip my custom blaster rifle,
What are you doing, Cleo?
and I'm just gonna hand it over to Fron.
What are you doing, Cleo?
You're right. She do got us over a barrel, y'all.
Cleo, no.
Doesn't mean you should do. You're playing directly into her hands.
I already figured it out. This is for all the times y'all saved me.
No, Cleo, we'll figure
Don't follow
something
me
out.
out of here. I'm going.
Heck! Cleo, you come right back here. You don't get to sacrifice yourself for me again.
You don't get to walk out on the caps one more time. You know what? You do that, you lose that cap badge. You get to... Cleo, you don't get to be in the caps
No,
anymore
Cleo.
if you abandon the caps one more time.
Bortis, how do you think I got the cat badge? And I'm going. One long, last look at Margo.
Margo glares back at Cleo.
Oh, I'm crying.
Fire
I've got tears in
gleaming
my
in her
eyes.
eyes.
Oh, it's nice.
She looks furious. Absolutely furious. That stupid Cleo deCap. hogging the limelight again, going and doing something dangerous and stupid and selfless and beautiful. And she shakes her head. Looks like she's about to say something. And then looks at the floor as Cleo rounds the corner out of the room. Stupid heckin' Cleo deCap. I suppose you think this means you won, don't you, Tamsin? Well, you know, Cleo's trusting you at your word. If she hears that railgun go off before she's been taken all the way up onto your ship, I would not be surprised if she will tear you limb from limb with her bare hands. I guess they're still hands. I know you want me dead, but I think you better stay good to your word. Oh, don't you worry, Margo. Yes, I want you dead, but, well, it's much, much more exciting to have Cleo come on board with us, and willingly, most importantly. So, never you fear, I will keep up my end of the bargain. My hand's coming away from the button now. Now, don't you think about leaving just yet, though. Once we have her safely in our custody, then you will be free to go. And as Cleo gets outside, comes around the side, she now sees that big space square. One side of it is all door opened up like a big garage door. And inside, there are two scientists huddled. They're loading computers in. They have a glass jar inside which there is another of these black vine-like plants, this one growing out of a small rat-like creature. And they beckon for her to come into the box. As Cleo steps in, they pull the door closed behind her, the pneumatic locks sealing. And then with a shudder, the box is reeled up into the sky. Quickly, suddenly, the scientists staggering before catching themselves on the wall. Cleo, her footing very sure. She knows this is exactly what she had to do. And as the box vanishes up into the upper atmosphere, Cleo can see nothing, but a discerning viewer would see a flickering of a stealth field as the box vanishes inside it into Tamsin's command ship. And there is an energy signal of a ship immediately going into warp and leaving this planet far behind. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Whoa!
Fucking
Found out
damn.
what that space square was.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh
Can I-
my god. Okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
tension, baby.
Oh my lord, you could cut it. Cut it with a very
damn.
dull and thick knife.
Ooh.
It was powerful.
Girl. Damn.
Oh,
Jeez.
DM Dick Dynamite, why the heck do you have to do this to us? We were having a fun time. It was Bortis and Fron. Bortis and Fron means fun episodes. And why did you do that?
Does it though?
Do you remember what happened towards the end of Cleo
I know.
Day?
I'm like, well.
Oh,
Does
yeah, I guess so.
there was
I guess for
there
me,
was
it's fun and
emotional
it's fun
damage.
episodes, is what I'm saying.
until it ain't, baby.
Until it ain't. No one
Until
can hurt
it
you like
until
family.
it ain't. No one can hurt you like family. Until it ain't, Air Jordan.
I was not sure. I was not sure that we weren't going to kill someone off this episode. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my god,
Well,
Dick.
I can
I wore my turtleneck
Yeah,
and everything.
you did, but you
I'm
wear
like,
the turtleneck like every time, and so
every
it's all-
time now. So now it's like become a little bit like.
sometimes
Is it
I
really
forget that the
powerful?
turtleneck is true.
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing it for quite a while, actually. I put it back on today, especially.
Yeah. Wow, we should
Dang.
have thought about this.
I actually, at the beginning of this episode, I put myself to the side where you could see it. And
I know. I noticed that,
adjusted
and I was
it.
like,
I did it for about 30
I did
seconds.
not notice it.
non-stop.
I did. I was like, what's he doing there?
Is he trying to hint? Is he trying to tell us we're the sorry people?
You know who the queen is? It's Dick. Dick's the queen,
Dick's the
and we're the
queen,
sorry
we
people.
the sorry people.
Oh my
God
god.
dang.
I mean, it kept moving, eh? Like, and yeah, like, I was like thinking, like, yeah, is that the threat? Do we just fucking shoot Margo? Is that like,
Fuck.
and I was like, Margo looted the captain. Like, Margo is like high tech fucking.
That was the
assassin right
hardest
now.
shit of all time.
My heart was beating.
It made me realize, like, I can take the shot, and the chances are pretty good that she will avoid it. So I'm just like,
My
yeah,
heart was beating quite heavy. I was like, oh no, what's happening?
I really thought you were gonna kill her, and I was like, he can't do this. He was.
We tried.
I mean,
tried.
it would have been good too. Yeah, I mean, I put her fate in the hands of the dice.
Bloody hell.
That was fucking
Well
wild.
then, I guess I'll have to ask the question that doesn't seem to make much sense anymore because
who was
of
the
all the
queen
stuff
and
you've
who
done.
were the sorry people?
Did you get to do everything you tried to do, Dickie? I think the answer's yes, but go on. What else was there?
Yeah.
No, this was it.
Oh,
Like,
was
this,
it?
Oh,
Like-
good.
Yeah,
So-
I couldn't tell.
Like I convinced you to go
You
into the
convinced
middle
us.
of the
okay,
room.
so
and
we're idiots. Thank you.
So I was able. Well, I
Player
had to
damage.
drop a square on you to chase you,
You
in.
did. You did. That scared us real good. And you seemed real happy when we went in. So we probably should have known that
Oh, yeah.
that was not good.
Well, I had some expositing to do. I needed you to see the seeds coming out of the people and realize that Biolife now have the
Yeah.
seed. They've made copies of the seed. They've got some clippings. I don't know what they've done, but they've got multiple
Jesus.
seeds. They're planting them in human test subjects because it makes them
yeah.
immortal. And I needed to get that information across at least. Like, that's what Biolife are doing. And then it was basically like, okay, either I hold Margo hostage or I hold the entire fucking building hostage. But Biolife, they want Cleo. They need Cleo. They've got to get their hands on Cleo's body.
Yeah.
You know, preferably alive, so they can work out how it stays alive. And I mean, I don't know. I was very ready for there to be some sort of situation of like Cleo being like, "Fuck it, I will try and save everyone. I've got a big body. I possibly will come back from this and just tank the orbital strike." That also would have been a really fun, interesting thing to do, and I was prepared for that to be the end of the episode too. But I'm very chuffed with how we've gone.
I really
after.
was thinking, like,
think-
okay, do I try to tank the railgun? Because I thought, like, I could probably come back from that.
I think there's a good chance you'd survive it.
Well, you know, I felt like confident that, like, no matter how hard that
Would we survive it though?
I was feeling like you would, because I'm armored and I'm magical, so you know.
I got
But-
magic armor.
I don't know though. I
I mean,
don't think it hits
this
as
is- yeah,
hard
this-
as the
this-
sacrifice.
This is a concentrated. This is a concentrated, like blast coming literally from space all the way down to here. Like,
Yeah. But it's no girder.
Okay,
you know?
but like, is it outer space? I don't know.
But Cleo has like quite recently survived, like
Some
at least
shit.
a portion of an explosion, and sometime in space. Like she is pretty fucking hard to kill. So she might have.
Yeah, but I think that the sacrifice hits harder than that sacrifice. This sacrifice hits harder than that sacrifice.
Was also, is Cleo actually big enough to cover 3 people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. God.
Yeah. Rude.
I feel like there might have been someone sticking
Oh
out.
my
a little
God.
bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Someone you care about.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
so that's the end of the episode, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Will, for hanging out with us. It seems like, Will, you're going to have to stick around for a little bit longer.
Yeah, as always, thank you for having me. It was great fun.
Because now we have like a new problem. So
Yeah. And you're involved.
you cause it? No.
Well, I mean, we've split the party and then split the split of the party. So now we've got 3.
That sounds like a
If you
DM
include
Dynamite
Trevor,
problem, you know? So
We've got 4 different parties, so I could choose. This is 4 different groups that we could choose to follow next episode. I need to pull out my notes and work this shit out now. Well, heck, guys, what a bloody time!
you were telling us.
It was a bloody time.
Yeah, it was a
Jeez.
very bloody time.
Jeez.
a few deaths.
Little bit.
Yeah, a steamroller took out 6 fellas.
Look, I don't feel bad about that now in hindsight. So
There is now bloody linoleum. Linoleum? What do you call it? Lino. Linoleum.
linoleum.
I mean,
There we go.
chances are kind of high that like if you hadn't crushed them, Tamsin would have just fucking exploded them from space.
Right.
Well, that's what you get for being a corpo. So
Yep.
Yeah. Don't work for Biolife.
don't do it.
And if you want to hear more of our tones in your ear holes,
Dulcet tones.
then you can check out Patreon, where we have all of our sidearm episodes. Sidearm is our rambles before and after these recordings of the main episodes. And we also have Reloran, our first D&D 5th edition adventure, where we cut our teeth on podcasting.
D&D.
And this month, we all talk about fast foods.
My favorite.
Fast foods.
So yeah, you can do that. Thank you, Dickie. The really selling it. So yeah, check that out. You can support us for the price of a fancy piece of fruit every month, and you'll get all that stuff. You'll get a cool role in the Discord and a secret channel with us. And yeah, if not, if you can't afford that at the moment, or you don't have the spare credits, then we have Discord in the show notes. You can come hang out with us every day. We chat, we share memes, we talk about pets.
Yeah, that's one of the many things
Or
we talk
you can
about.
do the most important thing that you can ever do for any indie creator, which is
what is
open your dang mouth and tell your friends. You know why? Because it's free and it's the best. Dang, help us. Woo!
Yes, please. We really need it. And also, if for any reason you want to see more Dr. Z, then please check out dead_toothbrush. I'm on Twitch and I'm on the YouTubes doing streaming every week. So if you want to join in that and watch along, then you can do that.
He's very funny. He's got
Is
eyebrows.
that
and
why you
everything.
made us keep recording?
It is, Taylor.
Well then, I'll see you all next time.
I'll see you later.
Let's just sort of back out the door.
Slowly. Thanks again, Will,
Try
for
not
hanging
to
out
get-
with us. Now we got to all leave this room at the same time, Will.
On your marks.
That's it.
Get set.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.
All right, Reese. I think I've actually got a solid lead finally. Z. He's actually back near Midspace again. Him and Boris. They've been spotted on Garcia's station. So let's go.